at the top, and you could say the same thing for Joe Nardella, the face-off man for this Maryland Whipsnakes team. I mean, he is leading the league right now with about a 67% face-off win percentage, and Luke Wierman, the rookie out of Maryland, will counter him, so that'll be a matchup to watch. And it's going to be Denver with the ball to start the game. Denver in their black, trimmed in orange. Part of this city with Cherry Creek. You got Arapahoe, you got Valor Christian. Kent Denver was a big school when I lived here. Still a big lacrosse school, so it's always been a place where they've taken
off to the goalie's right.
Got the better of Owen McElroy in net tonight for the Outlaws. Brendan Krebs on the far side for the Whips.
Zed's 11th unassisted goal of the season.
Now here's Rambo. Check by Manley. Here's Conrad.
For him in terms of coaching in this league and maybe even collegiately, because he sees the game like few players can. He's extremely analytical, terrific with the X's and O's. He's got a giant heart.
Yes. Yeah, I imagine a lot of doors set at Q. The strength it takes in that right arm to be able to put that much pace on that shot to beat Krebs. From that far out.
It's the second time we've seen a similar move with Connor Fields doing that same roll back to a one-handed shot. Down screen set by Luke Wierman, the face-off man.
That time Bernhardt lost his footing, but clock winding down. Horns
vibe here in the Mile High City. We got fans of all shapes and sizes, all ages. I got old Denver Outlaws jerseys. I got cowboy hats. I got you know, the Old West right here. I got fans in the end zone here on the grassy knoll.
The berm. Yeah, it's an outstanding type of atmosphere tonight here in Denver.
Festive smell of hot dogs in the air.
Those strawberry kebabs, whatever those things are. I want to try those out. Ferrara scores, tries to go.
Lyle tries to run around front, can't get there in time. And Zed Williams, like I said, 5 consecutive hat tricks, shooting over 36% in that time period.
At 5 goals last week versus the Cannons.
Putting himself kind of in the MVP discussion.
Yes.
Obviously, Jeff Teet's going to be probably area. And what that has done is created more seams, more passing lanes, made the slides tougher for the defense. Anderson's been a plus, man. This young man from Calgary, Alberta, he's been all good news.
Wierman can shoot.
For Jimmy Stagnita. He and Adam Patra, when we covered that Philadelphia weekend for the PLL, they were nowhere in sight. And all he shrugs them off and then takes that ball to the rack right down the middle all summer and beyond.
4th tie of the game. We've gone back and forth from the opening whistle. Nards is able to pick it up. And Wierman gives chase.
Nardella, one of the best in the game.
Look at that pass. All the way to Dunn on the far side, and he puts a lot.
He ended up getting picked up by Penn State in May of his senior year in high school, okay? Parents Mark and Liz deserve a lot of credit. I'll tell you, TJ dealt with some serious injuries while he was at Penn State, but he's healthy now.
Wierman getting up slowly after that face-off. Denver's one trail.
Around him, he didn't flank him, he didn't beat him with a spin move. He just said, you know what? I'm bigger, stronger than you. I'm going to lift you off your feet and get to the spot I want to get to.
Part of the Oregon Trail. Number of players coming out of that Portland, Oregon area, making a splash in the college game and now in the PLL.
Playing against Ajax Apatello, Maryland Whipsnake.
No question.
Colin Squires.
It's always it's a huge opportunity to do something great or to get to fall behind, as we saw last week in Baltimore. The Whipsnakes winning 2 games, then they were able to leapfrog right into the playoffs.
Chaos practicing here on DU's campus as this game goes down. I got to say hi to Blaze Reardon and Austin Cow, the tool he was to play in the wings of faceoffs. He's a good defender. We've seen him now in consecutive weeks, not only attack from the wing, but from the invert behind the net. He's a masterful pickup by Jimmy Stagnita in the draft.
Look how tough Nardella is on that ground ball. Now he's going to take a shot and Score! Nardella's second of the year. Maryland gets their biggest advantage of the day at 8-5.
I got so much respect for Nardella coming in at 68%. But more than that, he makes the most of his limited opportunities as an offensive player, because in this league, when Fogos carry in, defenses don't want to leave their attackman. He handles the pressure of Luke Wierman hanging all over his shoulders, and he buries the rock.
Kaylee, what's going on?
Well, Coach Staggs had a big smile on his face pregame when I asked about Nardella. And you're right, he leads in faceoffs, but he said he's just a consummate professional. Always watching film. He recruited him back in Rutgers, and now you can see Staggs on the sidelines heated about something off the draw as the Outlaws tally one
the mood changes just that quickly, and Anderson can make it happen. That was beautiful placement on that shot, Q. On the run.
Seamless from scoop to score. Watch it as he comes down here. He keeps switching hands, a big swim left to right. Squires, 39 in white, never really got his feet set to where he could dictate where Anderson would go. And so it was a two-way go for Anderson, who had Squires wobbling. I'm going left, I'm going right. You don't know which way I'm going. Your hips are all out of sort. See you later. Sometimes it's more simple defensively to actually give up a step but say, you know what? This is a right turn lane only. There's no left turns here. You know what I mean by that?
Yard sale on that one. Luke Wierman.
And I get the sense that goal may have given this Outlaws team a little juice.
A little juice in the stands, too. First round bye in the postseason.
Can't wait. 2:30 tomorrow East Coast time on ABC. Should be one of the best games of the summer. New York Atlas against the Utah Archers. When you think about offensive skill, playmaking, goal scoring, creativity, you're going to want to have that one on.
Yeah, when you and I talked earlier this week, too, you were talking about how coming off of the Archers, what they did last weekend, not great defensively. Maybe kind of go back to the drawing board on the defensive side. Otherwise, the Atlas are going to put up some big-time numbers.
It's an entertaining game last weekend. I don't know if the fans saw it, but Carolina against Utah.
And just like that, it's a one-point game. You know, we talk about Jeff Teed having that MVP on lockdown. The Rookie of the Year, Q, is going to be a really interesting vote. 26 rookies have scored this year. It's been the year of the rookie. The top 3 or 4 or 5 in the batting.
Malone leads in points. Okay, he had 31 coming into this game. Brennan O'Neill, the good news for your Water Dogs, you fight the wars with those teammates, and so it's hard to say goodbye. But to get out here at Denver, he was the first person out on the field today, to meet this new team, and now the Whipsnakes will be playing meaningful postseason games. You can see the pep, the pop in his stride, in his attitude. Sometimes a change of scenery is best.
It has worked out so far for him and for the Whipsnakes. Their largest lead of the game at 4. And possession here as we hit the final minute of this third quarter.
They've gone to a heavy behind-the-net presence on offense. Makes a play like this. You're like, well, not so fast. Rambo still got it.
And look at the angle here on this
So
shot,
I say,
too.
when you think he's toast, he shows up with a sequel. Matt Rambo, one of the all-time greats.
His 12th goal on the season. The lead is 5.
He scored the biggest goal of the Whipsnakes season at Philadelphia.
Matt under the helmet, powered by Cash App.
A sick pickup.
Yeah, 2 goals and an assist tonight. He took this huge crowd here out of the game late in that third quarter. Denver's got to do something to get them back in, get them some juice.
And pick. Playing without a stick, 15 in white, and that really hurt his ability to double team the determined Dalton Young. Terrific draft pick out of Richmond. The guy who's strong like you, Cotter, man. He's an ox to watch him on the practice field, and he fearlessly gets to the paint.
Had a huge game last week with a hat trick against the Dogs. And he adds one here.
Board.
There is a...
And getting the ball behind the net continues to pay dividends for Jimmy Stagnita.
What is the solution, if there is a solution then for that, if you know that that's what is going on here defensively for Denver?
Well, they can press out against one.
Tell you
Free waffles.
The Rookie of the Year race in the PLL, probably a 3-horse race. Let's throw Connor Schellenberger into the mix as well. But tonight, if tonight's any indication,
With 5 Poirier and 2, and then he's got 5 over an Amherst verbal. Spotted by Penn State head coach Jeff Tambroni and pulled in that direction late. This guy dealt with 3 surgeries in Happy Valley. Hip labrum back in 2022. He didn't play at all that season.
hold on the face-off, so that they had a field goal kicking contest.
And his athletic ability, his balance, his hand-eye coordination, he nailed a 55-yard field goal off the turf like it was nothing.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's some kind of athlete.
Hotrop picks up the loose ball.